This isn't the Snow White you're thinking of. This is the story of Snow White and Rose Red. There was once a poor widow who lived in a lonely cottage, and in front of the cottage was a garden with 2 rose bushes. One bore white roses, the other red. She had 2 daughters who resembled the roses. One was called Snow White, and the other Rose Red. They were as good and gentle as they were beautiful. Snow White was quiet and gentle, preferring to stay home and read or help with chores. Rose Red was more adventurous and liked to wander the woods, picking flowers and making friends with the animals. The 2 sisters loved each other dearly and did everything together. At night, they would sleep side by side in a bed big enough for both. In winter, they sat by the hearth, reading stories while their mother spun thread. One snowy night, there was a knock at the door. Their mother opened it, expecting a traveler, but instead found a great bear, his coat dusted with snow. The girls were frightened, but the bear spoke kindly. "Don't be afraid. I won't harm you. I'm just cold and need shelter." Their mother let him in, and the bear lay by the fire. He came back every evening that winter, warming himself and playing with the girls. They grew fond of him. They would tug at his fur and roll him around playfully. But when spring came, the bear said goodbye. "Now I must go guard my treasure from a wicked dwarf who would steal it." He left into the forest, and the girls missed him greatly. One day, while walking in the woods, Snow White and Rose Red came across a dwarf. His beard was caught in a tree trunk, and he cried out for help. The girls snipped off part of his beard to free him, but instead of thanking them, the dwarf shrieked, "You clumsy things! You've ruined my beautiful beard!" They helped him again and again, rescuing him from an eagle, from being swept into a river, from losing his bag of jewels. But every time he only scolded them and cursed them. One day, they met the dwarf again in a clearing. This time, he was surrounded by piles of stolen treasure. Suddenly, a loud growl came from the woods. The bear. The dwarf screamed, "Don't eat me, great bear! Take the girls instead!" But the bear paid no attention to his pleading. He struck the dwarf down with one mighty swipe. Then, something miraculous happened. The bear's skin fell away, and he became a handsome prince. He explained that the dwarf had stolen his treasures and cursed him to live as a bear until the dwarf was dead. "Now the spell is broken," he said, "thanks to you." Later, Snow White married the prince, and Rose Red married his brother. They divided the dwarf's treasure and brought their mother to live with them in the royal palace. And the rose bushes in the cottage garden still bloomed, one red, one white, in memory of the girls' childhood. This has been another nightly bedtime story. Sleep well and dream deep. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, following, and sharing for future stories.